Tonight, a special I-team investigation. Imagine a loved one dying and being buried before you know she's gone.
And then you find out she may have left everything to a priest that she had just met months before. John Mercure shows us how it happened to a Wisconsin family. They claim it's greed in the name of God. John?
Mike, diamonds, a mink coat, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and family heirlooms. It's what a local family says a priest took for his own. This is one family's sad story. He's a Catholic priest, a man of God. And one Wisconsin family says Father John Ryan is a con man.
I can't think of anything so bad that a priest could do, so heinous.
You'll meet the woman Ryan befriended, and you may not believe what he apparently ended up with when she died.
He was haughty, like, ha, 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 I've got you now, and you can't do a thing about it.
We caught up with Father Ryan.
Her family's kind of upset because you became the executor of her will, and you ended up with everything, and they ended up with nothing.
Oh, well, I can't talk about that. It's all confidential.
Her life revolved around the church. They could walk on water as far as she was concerned. I mean, a priest could do no wrong.
She was Grace Jablonski. Two things were important to 86-year-old Grace, her family and her church.
She would definitely do whatever a priest had recommended that she would do, because she put so much faith into the church and priests.
Grace lived here at Gurney Meadows, a senior living facility in northern Illinois. In May 2005, she got sick and was hospitalized. Grace met Father Ryan here at this Waukegan, Illinois hospital. She was sick and here for about a week with pneumonia. He was the hospital chaplain and checked in on her every day. Grace's family says that just days after being released from the hospital, she amended her will. In this new will, Father John Ryan was named the executor, and the family alleges he also became the sole beneficiary. Don Jablonski, Grace's nephew, had been the executor.
I would find it hard to believe if it was just a man. I don't think he could have taken advantage of her. But being a priest, a man of the cloth, that made a whole different story. Because if he told her to jump, she'd have jumped.
No one told Don about the change. About a year later, Grace died. It was only then that the family found out that Father Ryan apparently ended up with everything, including old photos and family documents.
Shocked, devastated, bewildered. I couldn't understand why anybody would want to do that.
The family says Ryan got a mink coat, antique sterling silver, and expensive jewelry, over $200,000, and a Toyota Camry.
She'd give me instructions on monies and objects to be given to other people, relatives, cousins, second cousins, and so forth. And I have these little notes on them, but nobody had received anything.
The Chicago Archdiocese sent us a statement that read, Father Ryan has given the bulk of the assets of the trust to the parish, charities, and families in need. We asked the Archdiocese for proof. They wouldn't give us any. Time to ask Father about his apparent financial windfall.
I'm doing a story on Grace Jablonski.
Grace Jablonski?
Yeah, you know Grace Jablonski?
Yes.
You were the executor of her will?
Yes.
The family claims that Ryan went to Grace's apartment after she died and took what he wanted. It's an allegation Ryan did not deny.
Did you end up with all her stuff?
It's all confidential.
I mean, a mink coat, a car. Is it true you ended up with all that?
I say this is confidential.
It's my understanding that Father Ryan had the car and kept the car, along with, you know, everything else that she had.
I just followed what Grace asked me to do. That's all I did.
Did you take advantage of an elderly woman, Father?
I've never taken advantage of anyone.
You hear of these swindlers out there, but you would never think a priest would do something like that.
What this priest did was break a family's heart.
Why would you do this to us?
Do you think he became a wealthier man by taking advantage of your aunt?
Oh, sure he did.
What are you doing with all the money and all the belongings that were hers?
I did according to her wishes.
Can you talk to me about Grace Jablonski?
It's confidential. It's confidential.
I mean, is he bereft of all morals? I mean, how could you possibly do that to somebody, a woman as religious as she was?
And we asked Father Ryan and the Chicago Archdiocese for proof he donated any of Grace Jablonski's estate to charity. We received no proof, but we did get a letter from Father Ryan which stated, I intend to fulfill Grace's wishes, intent, and desires
with respect to the disposition of her worldly goods. I have not personally profited from nor taken advantage of Grace. He went on to say, I have in my possession a handwritten note from Grace instructing me not to notify anyone about her death. We have the letter, and nowhere in this letter was there any evidence of what actually happened to Grace's assets. We also got a letter from Grace's attorney, and she also refused us to give us a copy of the trust or to give us any proof that Father Ryan donated any of these things to the church.
So a big mystery here.
Yeah,
Wow.
a sad mystery
Sad,
for the
but,
family.
yeah.
John, we also understand that you have an update on a big investigation you told us about last week.
That's right, busy night for the I-Team tonight. And we're talking about Scott Ost. He is a deadbeat dad and was arrested today in Las Vegas. Ost, you may recall, is a former professional poker player who owes his son in Wisconsin that we told you about more than $100,000 in back child support. We tracked Ost down last month, and now Las Vegas police, we're told, will try to extradite him back to Wisconsin, where he may finally be held accountable for running away from his responsibilities.
Maybe his son can get justice. Okay.
That's what we hope.
Okay, thank you very much, John, for that.